It's not working. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe. That's the hell of a finish right there.
That's what we would do. Oh, you fucking chumps worried about us celebrating a tournament. We took care of that. You see, we moved on. Benched everybody. Nothing but dubs. See y'all in the comments showing love. Stacks, time indifferent. All the members. All you members. Hell of a victory. Oh, sorry, I didn't put the comments up. Sorry, guys. I apologize about that. Get right to it.
Oh, ball suckers.
Come on. We live.
You got it.
Never the little one.
You got the extra euro over there, Fabian.
Nah,
Extra.
it was kind of like the first step.
I saw what you did over there.
Yeah, nah.
You gotta rip through. You gotta rip through. You know what I mean? Rip. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Come on, baby Bubba. Let's get right into it. Big Knicks. Oh, big tricks. Oh, what a tangle web we weave. Beat down Jim Carrey and his team. When I say Knicks, you know what that means.
Knicks Rehab.
Knicks Rehab, y'all.
Come on, baby Bubba. Big Knicks, big tricks. You see the box score a little too early for that. Let's zoom in on that score. Big comeback victory by the New York Knicks. 114-113. The New York Knicks come back and beat the Indiana Pacers. Both teams, obviously, without their star players. Halliburton is out. Tyrese Halliburton is out for the Pacers all season long. The Knicks were without Karl-Anthony Towns, Josh Hart, Deuce McBride still, Landry Shamet still.
Mitchell Robinson ain't play tonight.
Mitchell Robinson, thank you. Let's get to the box score. 16 points for OG Anunoby. Tough game, up and down game. He showed up in the fourth quarter, though, when it mattered the most. Awful shooting night, really. He was 0 for 5 from 3 until that fourth. He had 2 big three-pointers for us. 5 points for Diawara and 4 for Hukporti, who started tonight, for Josh Hart and Karl-Anthony Towns. We'll get to them in a second. It was, rookie behavior out there, to say the least. 22 points for Mikal Bridges. 8 rebounds, 5 assists. 9 for 19 for the field. Solid all-around game. 25 points for Jalen Brunson. 10 to 23 from the field. Clyde Frazier spoke to how tired he looked. He did look like he was tired. 3 points for Yabusele off the bench. We'll get to you in a second. Jesus Christ. Trey Jemison, he had some life out there. 18 minutes. Everybody showed up. Somebody, Josh Hart's replacement from the Glizzy stand showed up today. Jesus Christ, for the New York Knicks. 18 points for Jordan Clarkson, 29 minutes, 29 big minutes. Jordan Clarkson was on fire. He held us down in that first half, going crazy in the third quarter, really. 18 points for him, 16. Oh. Psycho Tycho. Tyler Kolek in the mix. Huge double-double, 16 points, 11 assists, 26 big minutes. Big minutes. 16 points, 11 assists. Like I said, I got to repeat it because, come on. Twice as nice, baby. 16 for Ben Mathurin, who's on the trading block, apparently, after he didn't re-sign with the Indiana Pacers. He's a hothead. I don't know. I don't want him on my team. 26 points for Siakam. Tried to scare us at the end of the game. He had 2 big free throws before we won it. 6 points for Jay Huff. 10 for Quentin Jackson, and 31 for Andrew Nembhard, who, of course, is a thorn on our side. We're lucky TJ McConnell ain't show up and drop 50 out of nowhere because that's what they do. Two guys had 10 rebounds, Isaiah Jackson and Jay Huff. They contributed with that factor. Let's get to the game charts real quick. You can see here the Pacers pretty much controlled the game the entire way. 16 points was the biggest lead that the Pacers had over the Knicks. 8 lead changes, and you can see that's all yellow. The skyscrapers are all yellow upside down. We were at Indiana, and the Knicks just came back at the end of the game in the fourth quarter. That's when we showed our heart. 54-56 was the rebounding edge, goes to the Indiana Pacers. They had that rebounding edge throughout the game. Towards the end of the game, we started hustling out. 31-22, and the assists go to the Knicks. 10-8, the steals go to the Knicks. 5-6, the Pacers got more block shots. 16 turnovers for the Knicks, 14 for the Pacers. I think we had 8 in the first quarter, so that's 8 throughout the last 3 quarters. We worked that out a little bit. 46% from the field, the Knicks shot. 46% the Indiana Pacers shot as well. But the Pacers were shooting like 50% going into that fourth quarter. 39% from 3. The Knicks caught on in that fourth quarter again. They shot really well, and the free throws hurt us, of course, with those rookies out there, or they played like rookies. 57% from the free throw line and 88%, damn near 89% for the Indiana Pacers. Points in the paint was all evened up at 40. Second chance points, 9-11. The Pacers got that. Fast break points, 15-12. The Knicks won that one. But, of course, it goes beyond all that. I think we're going to be talking about Psycho Tycho for a little bit here, or a little piece of this, and our reaction to the Pacer game, AllBall. What's your reaction to this game? This game winner, Jalen Brunson with the game winner. OG with the game-winning steal. Got his shot blocked at the end, but fuck it. Great maneuvers.
Real quick, OG, learn how to just dribble the ball out. You ain't got to go for a shot, brother. Just learn how to dribble the clock out. But wow, this game was almost a throwaway. And last night on Knicks Rehab, my mom was even watching this game. But of course, I'm lying. I'm watching every Knicks game. And this game, we could have packed it in. I think we went down to most 15. And I was really sitting here on the edge of my couch. I can't stand the Pacers. Stand by what I say. I hate everything in Indiana except the Jackson 5 and Mike Epps. Everybody else, tear your Achilles. Yeah. Follow suit with Halliburton, tear your Achilles. Reggie Miller, tear your Achilles. Indiana and the Pacers. I can't stand the Pacers. I'm sitting here saying in my mind, I know this is a throwaway game. It ain't that big of a deal. But then I go, hold up. This is the fucking Pacers. I do not want to lose to them. Listen, wow. I've been saying it. Me and my brother Flea used to argue about this, and he's starting to come along, pause a little bit. We are the most exciting team and the most sexiest team in the NBA. People that play. I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm not debating nobody. I told y'all this the other day. We get everybody's best every game. I'll say it again. The Knicks, we get everybody's best every game. There is no nights off. Everybody wants to hate on us and beat us down. We have to play like this every night. Listen, this game was a hell of a game. Once again, kudos to Mike Brown. Because this game, we really could have packed it in. We looking forward to tomorrow night against Philly at home. Our guys wasn't there, Cat, Josh, Mitch. We know who's injured. And Brunson and Psycho Tycho. Kolek said, nah, we going to win this game. Tyler Kolek, I apologize. I really apologize. At one time, I said, you was a little shaky. I apologize. You are legit. And in the words of the great, and worse at the same time, Colin Cowherd, Corrado, and all the other point guards, we good. We got Tyler Kolek.
Real quick, AllBall, read that out loud.
You know I'm blind as a bat.
Tyler Kolek, hit the bombs.
Sit. Corrado. Chris Paul.
Let's thank Dr. Toboggan for his 199.
Chris Paul. We good. We good. We got Tyler Kolek. Listen, man, this young man's energy, his confidence, the pace that he plays at, the defensive intensity, just never giving up on no play. He did take a bad three and made a turnover that had me going crazy, but he's young. But he never gave up. Everybody else was ready to pack it in. And he never gave up. Let me explain something to you. Mike Brown, him and Brunson on the floor at the same time is going to be lethal. Listen, man, I can't. I don't have words. Y'all don't understand how happy I am. For one, it's the Pacers. but for two, just to us continue to show the fight. And everybody needs to come to terms. We got a guy that can close out a game. Yeah, we have a closer, legit. Just big body Brunson. But for me, OG, big threes. Like I said, Clarkson, firepower off the bench. Mikal Bridges, just Mr. Reliable, just consistent. Giving the ball game to Tyler Kolek. He ran the offense. He demanded and he commanded the pace of the game. He was telling guys where to go, getting guys in rhythm, just putting the ball right, dropping it right to you for you to get your shot up. Listen, man, we have a legit backup point guard. The young man is earning his spot in his minutes. You got to play him. He's a ball handler. He's gonna hustle on defense. He's gonna jump in front to get the offensive foul. But for me, him never giving up. This game we could have threw away. Seriously, this game we could have threw away. But Tyler Kolek, that's the lead they follow tonight. And when he hit that big shot, you see Brunson and them guys on the sideline going crazy. Tyler Kolek was the leader tonight. Listen, man, I don't know what else to say. G defense at the end of the game, getting the steal. Listen, man, Knicks for life. We are the real deal, and we show that, no matter what. Listen, we gonna fight. And just an exciting game, a fun game to watch. And goddamn, man, I just had a loss for words, Flea, because it's like we really could have packed it in. It wouldn't have been no problem. That's the crazy part. But listen, Kolek said, "Nah, I'm not allowing y'all to pack it in." Brunson looked a little fatigued. That young boy on the other end, I'm never naming none of them Knicks. I can't stand them all. Tough shot makers. They hit tough shot after tough shot. He clearing it out, going against Brunson. Brunson was getting frustrated, fouling him. Kolek said, "Nah." Kolek started guarding him, frustrating him. Listen, man, I'm just happy, and I'm just at a point now. We don't need a backup point guard. We got one. Tyler Kolek from AllBall TV and AllBall himself, really apologizing to you. My apologies. You are the real deal, and you are our backup point guard for the Knicks. Will never disrespect you ever again. Hey, Flea, that boy look like he ready. I'm sorry.
Flea, stop.
Hold on, Fabian, I'll let you finish. Them other niggas? The floor is y'all. Lord have mercy.
No, man.
Flea, don't confuse the two lighter brothers on the screen. One wanted one out of here. Wanted Tyler Kolek out of here. We all agree Tyler Kolek last season wasn't looking for a shot, wasn't looking aggressive, but he was a rookie. Flea was telling everybody, calm down. Can he play some minutes and learn on the fly? Well, how much more can you fly in the sky than Tyler Kolek, Psycho Tycho Flea? Big game. What's your reaction to his coming out party tonight with the New York Knicks? Let's get that straight, Flea. Get into it.
Listen, man, I'm just excited off the fact that we can win games like this. We was down Josh Hart. We was down Karl Anthony Towns. We're still down Deuce. We're down Landry Shamet. I just named 4 players that are like vital pieces in what we're doing going forward. We are down those guys, and we found a way to win this ball game. I think the Pacers outplayed us the entire game. They were quicker to the ball. They out-hustled us for most of that game. I thought, we missed free throws that could have put this game completely out of stretch. Somehow, with the fight that we have, we found a way to win this ball game. Jalen Brunson's a motherfucker, y'all. Let me just say that one time. Jalen Brunson, he a motherfucker, man. He is tough. He is very, very tough. Listen, y'all know I love Tyler Kolek. I'm singing Tyler Kolek praises since last season, right? I didn't think he got a fair shot with Tibbs. And I'm thinking that Mike Brown, who is synonymous with going into his bench, like he knows about playing 8, 9 guys and giving guys a chance to get comfortable, giving guys a chance to get some confidence. And that's what he's doing with Tyler Kolek right now. And Kolek is just like, he's just maturing right before our eyes. This guy, at the end of the day, was a 4-year player at Marquette. He was the best
he was at George Mason first. Everyone forgets that. Then he went to Marquette.
Then he went to Marquette. But
correct.
He's still a 4-year player.
Right.
He's not a guy. He's not
Big East Conference Player of the Year.
Big East Conference Player of the Year, the best point guard in the conference. So we're not talking about a guy that don't know how to play the game of basketball, doesn't know how to lead a team. This guy is the real deal. So to be able to rely on him now going forward is a huge plus for us, man. Big shout out to OG Anunoby. He had a tough game throughout that entire game. Like Fabian alluded to, didn't hit a 3 until the fourth quarter, but the 2 threes that he hit were very, very timely threes. Like, we needed those shots. Those was big shots. And then obviously coming up with the big steal at the end of the game, which I thought, sealed it, right? We didn't have to go for that layup. But I think, he's just being aggressive, getting to the rim. Maybe he gets a foul and we get to the line or something like that. But Jalen Brunson, man. Jalen fucking Brunson, man. I was pissed off, y'all. I was pissed off. Let me look at my brothers for a minute. I need to talk to y'all for a second. I was pissed off at the 2 shots that he took down the stretch. There was 2 shots that I thought were really ill-advised shots, and then he turned it over off his foot. And I thought that was ill-advised. Those are 3 possessions that I thought we just completely gave away. So the fact that OG Anunoby hits those 2 big threes, right? And Jalen Brunson gets another opportunity to put that motherfucker in the basket, and he knocked that shit down with confidence. I love the call. Like he drew that up. They drew that up after the timeout. They drew that up and was like, yo, we going to you again. We going to you again. And shoot that shit with confidence. He shot that shit. He knocked that down. That's 7 in a row, y'all. Like, let's not poo-poo that either. We're on a 7-game win streak. We've beaten some quality teams. We won a championship within the time. And we're just continuing to build the blocks.
What we won, please?
A championship.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Hey, don't say it again.
I was getting all the calls. I could get back on my soapbox for just a little 20 seconds. I was getting all the calls from y'all today, right? I was getting all the text messages. I was getting all of that shit from y'all today. And I got to the podium and answered the tough questions. What y'all want us to do? Not have fun? Not celebrate this? Not be excited for our team? What y'all want us to do? Be upset? Act like we've been here before? We ain't been here before. Fuck is wrong with y'all? We ain't been here before. So we don't know how to act. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Like, y'all be cool. Everybody calling my phone today. Oh, Flea, you acting up over a cup championship? Get the fuck off my back. Let me enjoy this.
Yo, get the fuck off my line.
Like, I'm sick of niggas. Everybody texting me, calling me. Flea, CO, Colin, this. Yo, I'm excited for my ball club. Get off my back. Niggas is bugging.
Listen, damned if you do, damned if you don't. If we lose,
can't win, OG.
If we lost, we'd have been trolled and the laughing stock and all this and that. But then if we win, we supposed to just be so humble and act like it's nothing. So I 100% agree.
1,000,000%.
No love. I don't understand it, but great win tonight. Just keep building winning habits. These are winning habits, right? Being down 2 starters, being down key guys, and guys just step up. That Jemison kid, Hukporti, count your fucking days, boy. That Jemison kid, he knows how to play. Like, Huck is still a project. We got to teach Huck how to play. The Jemison kid he got nice size, pause. If he figures it out, he could be a backup. He could be a guy that gets in the rotation. So, again, all positive things coming from this Knicks team, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I can't front. I like how we're playing right now.
What do you like about Jemison over Hukporti the most? Because I wanted to get into that and throw a little negativity into the mix because I did like the win. We struggled a little bit, but Hukporti and these guys, they look like Kolek doesn't look. Kolek looks like he sleeps in the gym, wakes up in the gym, and I've always made the comparison. And hopefully nobody interrupts and they can just let me get this off before Flea goes crazy, especially AllBall. But when Iverson and Kobe got to the league, to me, Iverson was always like a freak of nature. Like he played football, he's a natural athlete. And Kobe, he worked on his game. Obviously, the insecurity of just the underdog mentality and trying to be the GOAT was instilled in him. But we've heard J.R. Smith say, yo, this guy I was at Dave and Buster with him last week. He ain't go no training camp. He ain't work out. Then he showed up at training camp like nothing ever happened. We don't have no Allen Iversons on the court is really my point. None of you guys should ever think that you cannot go the Mamba mentality route. You have to do what Tyler Kolek is doing. There's no way possible Hukporti, Yabusele, Diawara at this point can tell me that they live, sleep, eat, breathe the gym like Kolek. Kolek doesn't get that confidence because he just showed up at training camp and showed up to the game the next day. No, he approaches practice the same way. He approaches his own practice sessions, whatever he's working on, his drills. This is a level of confidence that we haven't seen last year, and the fact that he's doing exactly what we wanted him to do, which was shoot the ball more. Then it opens things up for your passing, which is your strongest skill set. We love that. He kicks the ball up. He's been amazing. It's to the point where sending him to the G League is disrespectful. Unless he's not getting playing time, Deuce comes back, Shaman comes back, and he's somehow out of the rotation because they're playing so well. You can't have Kolek with people that are beneath professional level. He needs to be around pros all the time now because that's where his game is at. He's earned his NBA level. We did get excited when we drafted him. We saw him in the summer league last year, and we're seeing a lot of what we thought we would see maybe last year, but maybe that was just premature. And just an amazing game. Last year, Flea and I did ask. I forgot which one of us brought it up, Flea. Yo, are we going to see some Brunson Kolek minutes? Because I get it. It's 2 6-foot guards or whatever, but you still got to try it. We don't have who's the other ball handler that could put the ball in the bucket and could pass like Kolek. And now we're seeing it. And Mike Brown is trying that. Again, another notch for Mike Brown killing this. And another notch for Mike Brown for even showing these guys. Yo, Yabusele, I seen your name in the paper. See you talking that bullshit. Here's your chance. Bumming it up. Straight bumming it up. What is that? What is that? Like, I'm trying to give you a chance. I'm trying not to be negative. Mike Breen trying to give him a cop out. Yo, it's hard to play when you have all these things in your head. He created that. I said this last year. Mikal Bridges called out Mike Brown, or excuse me, Tom Thibodeau, and now he's back this year. He may be the leader of getting Tom Thibodeau out of here, and now he's having maybe a career season. When you talk like that, you got to show up. You got your minutes in the game. You don't look like a professional. AllBall said that last episode. You don't look like a pro. Hukporti, we're trying to give you a chance. Diawara, these guys look raw. They just lack the IQ. There's a clip where Hukporti's looking at the scoreboard. I'm like, what the hell are you looking at? Bro, just go to your defensive matchup and play ball. You have nothing else on your mind but getting what's done. So again, I'm gonna ask you before I go back to the game, Flea. What was it about Trey Jemison that you've seen over Hukporti, aside from the size, him being that comfortable on the court at this stage in their careers? Is that what you saw, or tell me more?
I just saw a guy that knows how to play basketball, or just knows what they're looking for from him. I don't think that they know Hukporti knows what they're looking for from him, right? I don't think he understands how to play the game. He's still learning on the fly how to play the game. He's got raw talent, right? He's just active, but he don't have anything that's real polished. The Trey Jemison kid is strong. He's built like a brick house. And you know what I'm saying? A screen setter, a guy that's going to rebound the basketball, right? He kind of knows how to play. The other guy is really like trying to get a feel for the game. I think Jemison already has a feel for the game and now understands where he's going to make his way in the NBA, which is just going to be a big dude out there setting screens, getting rebounds, getting hard fouls. He's going to be more like a it's funny. I'll say a poor man's Isaiah Stewart. And who the hell? Isaiah Stewart ain't no all-star level player, but Isaiah Stewart has a level of offense to him. I don't think Jemison has really an offensive game to him, but he's going to do all the dirty work that Isaiah Stewart does for Detroit. So, I mean, I don't know if we're ever going to really see him on the floor because we're really deep in our bench right now. Jemison's out there, DOR is out there. Like, that's really deep in our bench because, we just sat guys. But for what he gave us tonight, I thought all his minutes was positive. What was he tonight? I mean, he was a plus one.
Jemison
Jemison. He was a plus one. He had 5 rebounds. Hit 2 shots.
Yes, Jemison was exactly +1, 5 points and 5 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds. That might be what stood out for you, was the 3 offensive rebounds.
Right, he's just active. So I mean, again, if he can play over Yabusele and Hukporti when we can't play Mitchell Robinson on back-to-backs, I'll roll with it. Because he's gonna free guys up. Now you're not gonna get any shooting from him, but he is gonna free guys up. He's gonna play defense, and he's gonna crash the glass. And we miss that when Mitch doesn't play. Right, we miss that offensive rebounding. We miss those second chance points. Mitch had created 28 second chance points against the San Antonio Spurs the other night, y'all. 28. That's insane from one guy. So, again, Jemison is not going to be that. Right. But if we could get just the activity from him, OG, I take it over. Respectfully, Hukporti, who is still learning, and Yabusele, we could trade him. Get him the fuck out of here.
And also, before AllBall goes, I think the screen setting is what we've been missing the last 2 years, unless Mitchell Robinson is out there.
Saying that.
Yeah, legit screen setting AllBall. So, what are you thinking about the kids tonight? Aside from Kolek, obviously just a standout at this point.
Call them niggas up. Sorry. Call them niggas up. I love my brother Flea, but once again, me and him never agrees on nothing, and I'm fine with that at this point in my life.
I love you, bro. I love you, bro.
Yeah, I love you more.
Hey, you more. Get them niggas out of here.
Yeah, I wish I would spend 2-3 minutes on them bum niggas. Get them niggas out of here. Yeah, y'all got me sitting in the middle listening to this bullshit. Get them niggas out of here, man. Fuck out of here. Wish I would. Kolek, that's the live tonight.
Yo,
I'm not wasting my time on them niggas.
I'm trying to show Jemison some love. That nigga said, pack all them niggas up.
Them niggas look crazy when they got the ball in their hand. They look crazy when they don't got the ball in their hand. Listen, I wanna respond to what Fabian said a little while ago, as far as with the Kolek and going down to the G League. That shouldn't even be an option at this point. When Shamit and Deuce comes back, I don't think that should hurt Kolek minutes. My thing is, we just have to get Brunson just to trust his guys a little more. That's all. To me, Kolek and these guys is what's going to help us win a championship, because now they can allow Brunson to play off the ball and get rest. There was a play when OG hit that big 3, but I seen Brunson thirsty for the ball, and OG made the 3. So I'm just concerned with just Brunson, and it's going to take some time, but he's starting to do it more and more. Just trust your guys, and that's what Mike Brown is going to have to do. Listen, man, Tyler Kolek tonight was the guy. Even though big body Brunson, y'all know me, that's my favorite player, and he brought us home. But Tyler Kolek was the one that stirred the ship, that did everything that we needed to be done. He got the offensive foul when they had the review, and it won in our favor. But for me, Mitchell Robinson and Cat is going to need help on the boards. So we really need to figure out how we can get a big man in there. I would love to get like an Al Horford or something like that. Somebody that's just, can play some defense, maybe knock down a corner 3. But listen, man, them young guys, kudos to them, but they ain't going to help us win. I'm sorry. But Mike Brown has a great problem on his hands. And I think, for us, if we're going to play for a championship, get that guys want to be all NBA and all stars and put up their numbers. But at the end of the day, we're going to have some games to where, it's a blowout. Guys can sit down. You got Kolek and these guys in the game. But Fabian, I don't think nothing should affect Kolek's playing time as long as he continues to play like this. Aggressive, running the offense, on defense, being the pest. Remember, he's knocking down shots. He's directing the offense. He's looking like a quarterback out there. So for me, I just think we have a great problem, and we have a problem that we needed to be solved like drastically. And that was a backup point guard, a legit one, and someone that can handle the ball. Because we know, once Brunson gets a little fatigued or he does too much, we know what they're going to do. They're going to blitz him. So now we have another guard that, let's be realistic. Kolek may turn it over once in the blue with a bad pass, but you ain't ripping it. You ain't stealing it from him. So for me, I just think tonight showed that we can actually trust Kolek in the game with the ball in his hands. And he's going to make the right decision and the smart decision. That is huge for us. So, Flea, I agree with what you said about the young guys. I'm being funny and trolling. It's all good. But I think what we need to really look at is we have someone besides Brunson that we can put the ball in their hands and we can actually trust. So I think that's huge for us because let's be realistic. We don't want the ball in none of the other guys' hands at the end of a game because they handles and they IQ and just it's not like that. But now we have another ball handler. Listen, man, I was wrong about Kolek. In the beginning, I was 100% correct because I said we got a backup point guard legit. Last season was rough. Kind of gave up a little bit. I'm a man. I'm admit when I'm wrong. Listen, I think tonight is about Tyler Kolek. He's proven and showing, like Fabian said, I'm in the gym. I want to stay in the league. I want to be legit. I want to get a big contract. I want to make a difference. So for me, I just love what we're seeing from Tyler Kolek because he's making all the other dudes look like idiots. Fabian Flea, y'all 100% correct. Yabu and Huck and all you other guys, you niggas ain't in the gym, bro. No way in the world. You niggas is not in the gym. So for me, tonight was just huge. And once again, it's against the Pacers. I wouldn't care if the Pacers was hurt. They have nobody. It was against the Pacers. Exactly, Flea. So for me, that just made it even better. But wow, exciting game, man. Once again, the Knicks just niggas on the edge of their seats.
And Kolek did hit OG with that 3-pointer in the corner, which normally last season I would have thought OG would have given it up or fumbled it and given it to Brunson with the, because he felt the pressure, like this is the superstar guy. And he really pump faked the guy out. So he jumped out of bounds and shot that 3 in front of the next defender with Brunson wide open next to him to his left. Amazing work by OG Anunoby. And speaking of OG, before the game, Jim Carrey, the coach of the Pacers, had some things to say about OG Anunoby.
Everyone was watching the Knicks as they played the Spurs in the NBA Cup Championship. What stood out watching that game, and what's your biggest concern as they come to Gainbridge Fieldhouse tonight?
Well, there's a lot of concerns. Rebounding, is a huge one. They're top 2 in the league in offensive rebounds. Brunson's a great player. Towns a great player. Anunoby to me is an all-star caliber player. And their system players are tremendous, Bridges and Hart. And so they give you a lot to deal with. Their depth is very good this year. And so, but at the end of the day, if you don't do a good job in the possession areas with the rebounding, you're going to have a very, very difficult time.
Appreciate the time.
Thanks.
You heard it. I keep saying Billy Donovan is the most underrated coach in the league. Boy, he made me feel stupid. That guy's the most underrated coach in the league. And he said OG Anunoby is an all-star. He almost slipped up, had that Freudian slip, Flea. You heard it. He's a Hall of
Famer.
Look. Because that's what this guy is progressing to look like if you can show up on the offensive end. You already got the Hall of Fame style defense. But the way he's showing up on offense, fought through today, he had a bad game offensively, and that's really a part of his problem. He'll have them great games and shoot Oh, 4 over 5 from 3 at 45 points. And the next game, I could put the money down. He gonna get under 20 points, bro. He gonna shoot 2 or 7. I know his game. He's too inconsistent on that end, but he has shown so much progress and just so much consistency. Like Tyler Kolek from last year to this year, way more comfortable out there, holding the ball, getting into his groove, especially after he missed those 2 or 3 weeks. OG Anunoby with the hamstring? Yeah, the hamstring injury he had. He just looks great. I don't know if he's necessarily part of the big three at this point. I think so, because you know how I feel about him. And just an amazing game for him to close it out the way that he did, get the game-winning steal or the game-sealing steal. And Brunson, to y'all point, I wanted to finish with that topic. He fought through all of that, and I saw a bit of what AllBall always hates, which is once the guy on the other team, the opposing team, starts to make it a one-on-one game and he catches Brunson, because there was 3 big plays for me in the fourth quarter when OG Anunoby, big mistake, leaving them hard in the corner, got bailed out, and Siakam missed the shot, gets the rebound, turns into a 5-point swing. OG's a 3 at the top of the key. The other one I think ended with a miss on the defensive end when Brunson gets cracked by Nembhard at the elbow, and Nembhard misses the shot. And I think we scored on the other end. Those were 2 big plays because we recovered on one of them, hit the 3, made it a 5-point swing, and we were climbing back. So those 2 guys, is OG starting to become part of the big 3 now? Because this is who closed it out, AllBall.
Yeah. I think on Gil's Arena, I don't know if it was Kenyon Martin or Rashad McKinnis, one of them, but they kind of hit it on the nose where it was like, with the big 3, of course, the big 2 is Brunson and Cat. The third player, any given night, any given game, could be any of those guys, whether it's Bridges, Hart, OG, and then now Coley. Tyler Coley was part of the big 3. So, we don't have to put the pressure on saying OG has to be part of the big 3. It could be any of those guys any night. OG, I don't mind him struggling offensively as long as you make the defensive plays that we need for you to make, like what he did at the end, getting the big steal. See, to me, that makes up for the bad game you had offensively. We know what Mikal and OG can do offensively now. But what we called them when they came here, Wingstop. We need you guys to defend. So for me, I think OG this season, thus far, I agree with the Pacers head coach. He's playing like an all-star this year. Thus far, he is an all-star. But listen, as long as OG is giving us that defensive DPOY type of play every game, night in and night out, to me, that's what I most want from OG. But at this point, the big 3 for us can be anybody, any given night. And I think that's what makes us dangerous to a lot of teams, because you can't, how can I say, you can't scout that. You just can't. We have where it's hard to scout. Once after Cat and Brunson, you can't scout Coley. He's not in the scouting report. And once again, Fabian, think about it. Another game we didn't hunt the 3. We mixed it up. We down here. We trade so. I just feel I don't want to put that pressure on OG. Because that is pressure. Be like, yo, he's part of the big 3. Now you have to continue to play how you've been playing. If you're gonna struggle on the offensive end, what we always say, fellas, give us something else. Rebounding, the hockey assists, the big steal at the end. So for me, I just think guys like OG and Mikal Bridges, we don't need them to get caught up in the hype. Don't get caught up in the us here, Knicks Rehab or whoever. You need to average this or do this. No. Play a game, but we need you guys to be locked down defenders on the defensive end, because we all know that's where we slack at. And if you're going to win a championship or make a deep playoff run, Fleet always alludes to it. You have to be able to get stops. So for me, if you're going to struggle on the offensive end, right, make it up on the defensive end. But OG, tonight he wasn't part of the big 3. But the other night, he was with 28. So for me, it really doesn't matter at this point. We just need to play team basketball and understand the bigger goal is to win a championship. Who gives a fuck if it's a big 3, big 4, big 2? Who cares? Let's rack up these wins and get the number one seed. So everything got to go through us, through the Garden home court. That's all we should be worrying about.
Yeah, big game by Clarkson, BX Pack. Yeah, totally different tune from AllBall though, Flea. After OG signed the biggest contract in Knicks history, he better score 18 points. He better grab 25,000 rebounds.
Y'all
Is
told me
OG?
he couldn't do it. I was the one that was advocating for that. Remember that?
He still hasn't. He is. Is he part of the big three though, Flea? Is OG Anunoby part of the big three? Is he an all-star according to Jim Carrey, Rick Carlisle of the Indiana Pacers?
I mean, he's playing at an all-star level. He's playing at a level that he's unlocking things in his game that we've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, he's capable of putting the ball in the basket. I think we knew that back in Toronto. But at the clip that he's doing it, like being a 3-and-D guy, hitting timely buckets. He had 28 the other night against San Antonio. We saw a stretch last season when Brunson went down for like, what was it, like a 10 to 12 game stretch?
It was
where he was just, where he was just lights out, like 25 a night. So he's unlocked the side of his offensive game that is elite. I just want him to continue to be the dog that he is on defense. Like that stop down the stretch, those are the type of things that take us over the top. Being the third guy and us relying on you to put the ball in the basket, some nights you're not going to have it. Tonight he didn't have it. He went into fourth quarter 0-5 from 3 after the other night hitting 5 or 10 from 3, right? So it could just swing for him. You know, the consistency of shooting the basketball, I don't think he's got to that level yet. He's worked his ass off, but I don't think he's like some knockdown shooter yet. Again, I said we got guys that can hit shots. I don't think we got like knockdown shooters. But his offensive game is just going to another level nonetheless. So I don't think that he has to lean into being a part of the big three. I think our two guys are playing at all NBA levels and are going to continue to play at all NBA levels. And again, I don't think that you're going to be able to have a full scouting report on how to stop the New York Knicks, especially if we continue to come at the teams the way we come at them. If Clarkson can come off the bench and be hot, if Tyler Kolek brings an aspect to the team that nobody else on our team can bring but him. The way he sets the table, the way he passes the basketball. Again, Brunson is the lead dog, but Kolek brings into the game something that none of those guys do. None of those guys can bring it the way he brings it, especially with passing the basketball, seeing a couple of plays ahead, right? Always looking ahead. Like they had to get that into Brunson's game. Mike Brown had to tell him, yo, we're going to play faster. So he had to look, Kolek is coming in and like, yo, I'm playing fast no matter what. He was trying to do that while playing with Tibbs. And you can see the like, okay, I'm going to pull you back a little because I don't like the way that you running up. I need you to slow this thing down. And so as long as we're not going to be able to be game plan for Josh Hart, obviously, y'all know how I feel about Josh Hart. Like, again, Shaman is not in there. Deuce has not played the last couple of games. Like, we got guys. Anybody could be hot on any given night. And so leaning into the big three for OG, he could if he wants to, but for me, I don't need him to be focused on going to get 20 to 25 a night. Be the guy that on a night where it's rolling, you might go get 30 and stop the opposing player, right? That's just icing on the cake for me. So
he's just not there yet. You know, I like everything you guys said. It's going to be a revolving door at that third option. I mean, Mikal Bridges had it going tonight again, just under the radar.
Mikal was good tonight.
Right.
Mikal was good tonight.
Let's just show up. Another day at the office.
Solid.
And he hit a big three and hit a big and one. So yeah, you just consistent and solid. Yes.
Like,
yeah. Right. And he kind of plays backup point guard a lot too, and bringing the ball up is what I'm saying. And OG can't do that. He'll do it sometimes if he got that clear path down to go downhill. But we know what his handle looks like till he gets that, you know, the one dribble, all of that footwork down, or just his game down, more polished on the offensive end. He can never be part of a big three. That's once you're a third option, you are relied upon. So if somebody's in foul trouble, you are now the second option. If both guys are out, you are now the number one option. You are not a number one option. So, you know, I always joke about LeBron being number one, a third option. But at any given time in the next 2 weeks, LeBron looks like a number one option. But the reason why you're third is because you're 40. You just don't. But it's not like you don't have the skill set to do it. OG, his skills aren't polished enough to do that as far as that goes. Now we're talking about like the 3 most important players on the team. I think he's been that. I think he's been a top 2, top 3 most important player on the team since he got here. He's just that kind of defense. That's what you dream of for when you draft a player. When you hope these guys develop into that kind of an impact on the defensive end in any sport, boxing, football. I don't care what sport you're talking about. When you could dominate like that defensively, it stands out and it's motivating. The guy, and the reason why is because who the hell wants to play defense? Nobody really does. And if it comes that easily to them, well, damn. And I like that he said he still speaks to Kawhi Leonard because he's all kind of reminding us of him. I don't think he'll ever be quite Kawhi because Kawhi is just vicious what he turned out to be on the offensive end. But the fact that he's speaking to him, speaking to Dirk, I like hearing those things. I don't care if it's not true. I don't care if he doesn't turn out to be that. But the fact that you sold me on it, I love that because I'm a big fan of OG Anunoby. And back to your Tyler Kolek point. Yeah, I can't wait to see Shamit back with him. Rest up. Hopefully you get back as soon as possible. He needs more shooters around him because the way he can get the ball to any part of the court in that half court, Bridges, he pisses me off top of the key. He hit his shots, some shots tonight, but Cat, Shamit, even OG in the corner, Bridges in the corner, with Kolek running the offense as a backup, and even if Brunson has to miss a game or two, at this point now we're at a stage in Kolek's career where we never really would have thought last year that Brunson's down, we got to start Kolek. I don't think I would have thought that going into this season. We were struggling with putting Deuce McBride in the starting lineup, or Shamit or Jordan Clarkson, but now Kolek is a legit substitute for Brunson when he misses games, and even a partner in crime. For a lot, these are impactful, just stressed out minutes that Kolek is playing alongside Brunson. And then major kudos again. I'm not rolling my pants down, Flea, but kudos to Mike Brown.
You was naked already. After we won the game, you was naked already.
I got a t-shirt on. I got a t-shirt on.
Look at that shit. This shit dash. I don't know. You walking around with a t-shirt on nobody. Come on, bro.
Why?
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You a grown man. You walk around with a t-shirt.
What does please say? Please advance the conversation, please. This guy's out of hand.
You're a grown man.
What Tyler Kolek brings, I still don't think people really understand how important it is, right? And it's not that we are all Tyler Kolek blazes now, right? That's the word everybody use, right? No, but in all seriousness, what Shamit, Deuce, Bridges, they can't do what Tyler Kolek does, and that's actually handle the ball and run the offense. And think about this. He gives Jalen Brunson a break. That's very important. Very important. Remember, Brunson's mindset, he has to have the ball in his hands at all times. Now he gets to break the rest, even when you're on the court. All the pressure isn't on you to handle the ball. So I think, what Tyler Kolek is helping us do, that was our problem last season. We didn't have another ball handler where you could put the ball in their hands and actually trust them, where now Brunson can stay on the court, but he can actually rest while he's on the court. So now when it's time for him to get it going, a la like tonight, he still has enough energy to knock down the game winner. So I just think, we love Tyler Kolek, but this is why it's so important and why so many great teams and teams in the NBA today have 3 to 6 guys that can run the offense and handle the ball. Because now it takes that much pressure off of the best players. So for me, Mike Brown, I think is just going to continue to do this. Mike Brown looks like he has no ego. Mike Brown, at this point, looks like he's doing whatever it takes to win basketball games. And if it means, Bridges, you sit down because you ain't got to go when and Tyler Kolek is rolling, that's what I'm going to do. So as long as we have that mindset and nobody gets caught up in their feelings and have no ego and gets upset, and we all just root for one another, I think we'll be just fine. For me, that's what Tyler Kolek is doing, and that's why these last couple games we looked at good, because now our best player, who's basically was our only ball handler, now, what y'all been alluding to and saying, can play off the ball.
And listen, man, it's the chemistry, right? We talking about championship. We talking about we lost in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, right? So the goal is to get to the finals and win the whole thing. So, like I always talk about, building the right habits early. This is a game right here where everything is not going right. You down 16 early. Like OG said, you look like you could just pack it in. Nobody's playing. Fuck it. We just put the loss in the loss column. Fuck it. We get back to the crib, get ready for Philly. Nah. Pump the brakes. If we could find a way to win. My pops called me. I don't know if he's watching right now. My pops called me, and it was like, I don't know. We was kind of going on a run, and we went up 3. When we went up 3, we finally went up 3, and he calls me. I'm talking to him, and I'm like, he's talking to me. And he's like, yo, I don't know, and he's like, man, matter of fact, let me get the fuck off the phone because I'm about to jinx us. And I'm like, yo, be cool. We got to see what happens. And so what I'm saying is we could have just easily lost that game tonight. But I like the fact that once we saw a little chink in the armor, okay, Nembhard had a great game tonight. Okay, Siakam started hitting timely buckets. Okay, it's always going to be a chess match against Mike Brown, who coached under Rick Carlisle, right? So now it's always going to be a chess match between those two guys. And when it got down to the nitty gritty, it was like, okay, we got an opportunity to win the game. Let's start making winning plays. I like the fact that we knew how to make winning plays. That's going to be big for us when we start going against the big dogs and we get into the playoffs and we down 0-2 and we got to scratch and claw to get back into a series or something like that, right? Like that's the type of plays that you need, to win championships. And so I like to see that. I like to see that from us.
I really like that AllBall said Mike Brown. There's no ego, and we all have an ego. I mean, he's human, and he plays sports. You gotta have an ego to play sports and be this good. But I think it's a great point because a game like this is, these are the Pacers. They don't have any star players. Obi used to be over here. They ain't playing. Guys that play major minutes. Miles Turner's gone. They're one of the worst teams in the league. You guys that don't get minutes, get on the court. Let's see what you do. Now, when we get back to practice, you cannot ask me, why am I not playing? That question cannot cross you. If you ask that question, you don't know. You have not watched any film. You are proud of tonight. Yes, we won, but damn that. The fact that Mike Brown is able to show you like a coach, unlike Tibbs, because at least the argument was for Flea and for a lot of people in the comments, at least play Tyler Kohler so we can see how he is. Brunson ain't there. Let's see what he has to work on. And I think we came around actually to that point, Flea. We said, at least he can see what he has to work on in the offseason. And he still did that anyway. Mike Brown is showing us, giving us opportunities to see Kolek, giving Kolek the opportunity, and he gave the guys who aren't even ready an opportunity. Those are major minutes from Trey, Jemison, and all these guys. So I love the fact that Mike Brown is doing that. And this Kolek Brunson thing, he didn't try it in desperation time in May. He's doing it in November, December. Now we could work it out. You guys seen this play 100 million times during the season. You know what to do. It's gonna be a double over here. They're gonna blitz you over here. Get it out to him at top of the key. Get it back to Tyler Kolek. Let's not forget. Please said this yesterday. We had Kolek come into the game after Brunson turned it over at half court. Our superstar player. When does that happen? The backup point guard comes in there to handle the rock? That could be a knock to your ego. But to your point, there's a huge testament to this team, which brings me to another point that I don't want to forget. San Antonio, OKC, the Pacers when they were great last year, the Celtics when they were really good, the Knicks right now, especially since Brunson has been here, Nova Knicks. These guys all remind me of like college teams that I've watched throughout my life because I'm not a big college basketball advocate, but it reminds me just that happy-go-lucky, they're having fun and they stick together, and something about them is egoless. Like these guys that won, there was a whole Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum argument, and they won a championship anyway. The Indiana Pacers could have easily won the championship last year. You could easily argue it. That feels like egoless. Same thing with the OKC Thunder. We know that. So the Knicks are now in this same ballpark for me where they feel like a college team, but they all grown up and they know what to do. So all this thing is giving me huge confidence, moving forward with the New York Knicks. And we also did mention this the other day. Funny, AllBall always says this. You hear it here first on AllBall TV, and then all of a sudden, these reporters, they got the scoop out of nowhere. Precious Achiuwa is available, or maybe? Huh? Where'd you get that from, Ian? I see your face. Look at your face. Guilty.
Teams we should be keeping an eye on for the Knicks and targets?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, I want to say that I don't know what the plans are for Andre Drummond, but just looking at where how the Knicks have viewed him in the past, which is favorably, and Knicks, you know, wanting to take a run at him past off seasons. I wonder if that's a guy who they take temperature on, see if he's available. You're looking at Sacramento for everything, and because I think they're wide open. So there's a Precious Achiuwa reunion in the cards. I don't know. I just wonder because of the situation. Also a veteran like Dario Saric. I mean, he's very much a veteran, later stage of his career. But if you're looking for somebody just to play a small role, I wonder if they take a look at Saric and see what it would take to procure him and get him to New York. So those are the few names that I'm keeping an eye on. And obviously with Dallas, you know, I thought maybe Daniel Gafford would be available. I'm not sure. It seems like they're going to not blow things up. It seems like they want to compete. So if that's the case, Gafford won't be available. But that's another name that I am keeping an eye on, would keep an eye on.
There you have it. Mentioned Precious yesterday. A little excitement in the building when we did AllBall. What are your thoughts on the names that he threw out there? You know, you got Gafford, couple guys. What do you think about the name Precious Achiuwa back with the Knicks?
I love the names except Andre Drummond. That I think that ship has sailed. Maybe 3-4 years ago, we do not want Andre Drummond. I would love Precious Achiuwa back. He didn't want to leave. He's familiar with the guys. He's played here before, and he knows his job. That's one thing with Precious Achiuwa. He knows his job. So I think, you know, right now, think about the production from Precious Achiuwa. That's what we are expecting from a Yabusele. I think Precious Achiuwa will be perfect right now with us. I think that's what we're missing. Because for us to make a deep playoff run or win a championship or contend for a championship, you cannot do that with only two big men. Let's be for real. We only have two legit big men, and that's Cat and Mitchell Robinson. That's not going to work. So I think we definitely need a personal tour. I told you who I want. I want Al Horford. I said that before he went to Golden State. But I would love personal tour back here. Like I said, he knows the system. He's familiar with the guys. He's played here, and he wanted to be here. He didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave, and I think that's a mistake that we made, letting go Precious. So for me, I would love personal tour back here, and I think that's something we need to think about. And we really need to think about that very deep pause. And if we can make it happen, make it happen. Because if we can get him and maybe another big man just to solidify, because we have a plethora of guards. We ain't got to worry about guards. But I would love personal tour back here. I think that puts us that much closer and makes us that much better, especially if we got to go up against, you know, Denver, OKC, if we make it to the finals, because we're going to need that depth and we're going to need that size if we're going to make this run. So just to answer the initial question, those names were fine except Drummond, but I would love personal tour back. That's a fact.
Well, you know, sometimes we get some images floating through, just like somehow they just they stream on here. And all of a sudden, oh, look what we have here. Look who it is. Well, if it isn't Colin Flea Adams with Ian Begley, sports reporter for the New York Knicks. Hugged up.
Yeah, that's me.
Wow. Look at that. Look at my guy.
I ran into his stinking ass
at the Washington Wizards game.
At the
Big
Wizards
things.
game. We was busting their ass. Nah, man. Yeah, I like Precious. I think getting Precious.
Say it again. Say it again.
Yeah, I think getting Precious back would be cool. I do like the Gafford name. That Gafford name, that Gafford name was enticing. I ain't gonna lie. Pause. Like, just having Gafford. I like that. I like that name. Bring me back up, Ray. I want to ask y'all a question real quick because I got another name that I thought, and I don't know what the fuck Chicago is doing. I like Vucevic a lot. I don't know what Vucevic. You want Al Horford? I think the Vucevic is going to do whatever you expect Al Horford to do, OG. Because Al is a little older, but what does Chicago want for Vucevic? What they doing with him over there? What the fuck they doing with him over there?
He's making 18 million, 20 million, 21 million.
I think Gafford and Vucevic we're gonna have to give up some guys we don't want to give up. Like at this point, I don't want to give up Kolek. So, for me, if they taking them young guys with Yabusele, then all be it. I think
Coach Vinny, I like what Coach Vinny said. I wanted to say that, but we're talking about bigs right now. Jeremy Grant from Portland. I've been telling Fabian that for the last year.
Yeah. We've been talking about that for a couple years. I think that ship has sailed, my opinion.
Okay.
But I think realistic. Like, of course, when we talk fantasy, we want all them guys, right? But if we're talking realistic and it's not going to cost us, I think Precious O'True is the perfect fit. Now, would I love Gafford? Vucevic, yes. But I think those guys, we're going to have to give up a piece or two that at this point I don't want to give up. So for me, I rather Precious because I think we'll be able to get Precious and we ain't going to have to give up Kolek or Clarkson.
Okay.
Deuce or Shamit. I want to keep those guys. I'm being honest.
I do. I agree with you, OG. I agree with you, but you are right. Like the point you made is absolutely right. Yabusele or Hukporti can't be the guys or Jemison can't be the guys that we rely on when we are in position. Call it what it is. Mitchell Robinson can't play back-to-backs right now. We saving him for when we in the grind of April, May, and June, right? And so while we get there, we do need a guy that is going to be in there. And obviously, we can't replicate what Mitchell Robinson is doing. He's one of one. Please understand that, y'all. Mitchell Robinson is one of one right now in the NBA. You ain't going to find another nigga to do what he's doing for us right now. But somebody that could assimilate something like that in terms of just rebounding, being tough, right? And just a big body out there. Like, I like the Gafford name. I like the Gafford name a lot, right? So something like that. Maybe Vucevic is too much, and I can understand that. And it's a guy that's not going to defend. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I think another guy that's going to stretch the floor, like what the hell is the Clippers doing with Brook Lopez right now? What's he doing over there?
Right.
What's he doing over there?
Yeah.
Right? We can't get Zubac, but what is Brook Lopez doing over there? You know what I'm saying? So
don't even bring
guys
up that
like
name.
that. Like guys like that. So
yeah, I wanted Brook before he went to the Clippers. I'm like, yo,
right, like
he's a perfect fit. Yeah.
This is dirt over there. Like
Brook Lopez, he signed a 2-year, $18 million deal. That'll make it a little tougher trading wise. Bring Precious home, man. And the shenanigans.
I like it.
There's something that I always speak to 2 seasons ago, 2 playoff series seasons ago, however you say it. But Thibodeau messed that up. And he could have saved a couple games. He could have saved Mitchell Robinson a couple games. You saw the Precious Achiuwa was locking Embiid's punk ass up. It was him and OG. There's something to him defensively that we need. He kind of can move like the wing player you're looking for, and he only signed for $2 million, and we can only trade for him after February 4th, it looks like, because he signed a specific deal in his contract, for it to go through. So for me, he's been here already. I like getting more of these guys that were here before that we thought were winners. I mean, we're flirting with Dante DiVincenzo. We've seen them talk to Najee Marshall over there with the Pelicans. Or he's in Dallas now. He's a good fit too. Trey Murphy is just kind of a long shot because he looks like he would have to replace, Mikal Bridges in one of our starters. He's just a starter at this point.
He's gonna cost.
Yeah, big time. And Najee Marshall seems more affordable than Trey Murphy, but even more affordable than that is Precious Achiuwa, who we know is not gonna yap like Yabusele. Trade his ass for Yabusele. What the hell are the Kings gonna do? We're gonna tell you no. You gonna laugh at them and be like, you know what? Let's call Precious right now. See what he thinks. He don't want to be over there in Sacramento, Northern California. No, come back to New York. He wants to come home to the Bronx, man.
They'll trade him for Yabusele and then cut Yabusele at the end of the season.
Correct.
Sacramento's a dumpster fire.
It's bad. And I just want to see the guy that we know what his limitations are. We don't expect all that, but again, he can set some screens, and more importantly, he can rotate on a defensive end. And I would love to see Mike Brown give him minutes instead of Hukporti, Trey Jemison at this point. This guy knows his role in the NBA, and he's only $2 million on the books. Once Ian Begley said it, I said, thank you for putting it in the air. Even though you got it from us and you definitely watch us, don't want to give us any props. But I'm okay with that. I'm an underdog. I'm a little, what you call that, Flea, insecure? Fuck it. Yeah. But at one point, at some point, not you, me. I call myself that. Flea, I'm 43. Stop interrupting me. Ian Begley, you watch us. Just admit it. Admit it. I don't care if you took a picture with my man. I don't care if you took a picture of me. You had a mask on. Why you hiding for? Stop. Yeah.
He's an informant.
AKA 5-0. Before we get running, oh dear Lord.
He's in a witness protection program, huh?
I'm telling you, OG.
Sean, right now, thank you for your $5. Brunson, MVP him now. Good teams find ways to win games. This team is ready. Let's go. Cook these bum-ass Sixers the next. That was another thing, too, before I forget. I like that we won today because what if they Brunson gets rest tomorrow? And what if they rest Brunson tomorrow and they announce Tyler Kolek is a starting point guard with Cat and OG and all these guys in the lineup?
He had a home game against Philly. That does not happen.
I'll take it. I want to see how it looks.
Damn,
Brunson ain't never resting, bro. That against Philly at home, fans will go crazy. You kidding me?
Nova, yeah. All right. Thanks. You very logical. Dr. Toboggan, thank you for your kind words. I see you in the comments, man. Appreciate you. And you're $1.99.
99.
Can't spell dog without OG. Correct. Dr. Toboggan, thank you again for your $4.99. Tyler, the creator. Hit those bombs. Hit the like button. Funk Flex talking about he's starting in the morning now. Trash. User, I guess you're some I don't want to call you a user, but you named yourself user. Thank you for your $1.99.
99.
Tibbs would have played 7 people last year. He would have. Amazement, thank you for your $4.99.
99.
Brunson is built for this, just different. Is Kolek a diet Brunson? OG has that corner 3 on lock. He's been working with that with Dirk, I heard as well. Yeah, he's been working, but he's been kind of had that corner 3 on smash for a minute. He just
I mean, that's not a myth or a source. Dirk commented on it the other day. He was at you know what I mean? So I love when guys show that they want to get better. And in this game today, listen, you got to be able to knock down a 3-point shot or your ass ain't gonna be on the floor. So I just appreciate guys seeking and wanting to get better. Love it.
1,000,000%. Barry Foster, thank you for your $3. That boy Yabu catfished us. I'm sick of it.
That's a fact. I 100% agree.
Slim Slammer, thank you for your dub. $20. Huh? I'm dropping the ball.
For the dub, I thought you needed a nigga to strip for the
Oh, another extra little couple on the top.
Man, look, you get a little shoulder work for the dub.
Yeah, a little extra.
What kind of weed did you say? We only blaze that. We only blaze that is. Thank you for your $20. JR, thank you for your $4.99.
$4.99.
A member, of course, JR. Always showing love. Appreciate you. Is it crazy to say to not make any moves unless it's moving Yabu? We good, and we could draft a wing with our 2026 pick. That's hilarious.
Goodbye.
You are correct. Oh boy, I didn't give you your time. You know, your
I
quality
can't
time.
see. Hold on. You know, I'm blind as a bat. Who's that down there?
That's Mo.
That's
That's our
Mo.
girl Mo.
Man, the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the elegant, the elegance. Mo in the building. What up, Mo? And shout out to everybody in the building. All the ladies,
What up?
everybody with the super chats. You know I'm blind. Who that?
Cherokee. What up?
Oh man, the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, elegant. Cherokee in the building, y'all. Cherokee, what up, baby? Cherokee and Mo was in the building. Blame Fabian. He did not put y'all up there. I didn't know
Blame Fabian.
Right.
Dog,
I didn't know our beautiful ladies was in the building. Blame Fabian, y'all.
You see what's going to happen when he's in that room. When that light is on and he got the Coke in front of him and he don't even smoke cigarettes. They're going to put a pack of cigarettes in front of him. He's just going to start. All he going to do is say, give me a straw. You know how he drink his water out the straw? You see how he drinks it? That's all he going to ask for. I'll tell you everything. Just give me the straw. You see?
Do not ever make that mistake again. We need the ladies always highlighted in the building.
Yes, sir.
I'm the one telling.
Nah, OG.
Oh, okay. I'm good. All right. I'm about to say.
Just real quick in live time, Houston crumbled. They lost to the Pelicans and went into overtime. Pelicans won by 3. Houston was up damn near 15 in the fourth quarter. Pelicans came back, went into overtime. Pelicans won by 3, 128-131. Get Houston the fuck out of here. Get Kevin Durant fuck out of here.
You down on Houston, and they playing well. Why you so down on Houston?
Because they I'm gonna tell you what I think, and we ain't got to stay long on this. I like Udoka, but I think at times these guys are too high on their own horse. Bro, go get a point guard. Go get a point guard, dog. Stop trying to think you have enough, and y'all too. Go get a point guard. You should be losing to the Pelicans, Flea.
So y'all don't like Reed Shepherd?
That as a starting point guard? No, I like him.
Okay.
But
I want to ask.
They need somebody that's going to be, because I think he's a scoring point guard. I think they need somebody that's going to direct the offense and get guys the ball. Go get a point guard, but you shouldn't be losing to the Pelicans. All that. Right.
But that's back-to-back games against. I mean, the Pelicans are a low level team. I want to see how much Derek Queen had. That I want to get off and watch that Detroit game. Is turning into a doozy. That's back-to-back games, Flea. They ain't close out, and that's what they need in the playoffs. Like Kevin Durant's supposed to be a closer, and Sengun is big time. They got to figure out, that thing with them. JR.
Lakers is on.
Look, I ain't get in there and flame them. Gil is right, by the way. I'll tell you why tomorrow. The youngest in charge. I forgot how to say your name. You did some slicks that you did. The youngest in charge. Thank you for your $4.99. Kolek is the quintessential point guard everyone wants Brunson to be. We may have the best of both worlds. The youngest in charge. Great point. Rico, I am not Peter Guns. I'm not related to Peter Guns. And I know his family, by the way. Ironic as that may be. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ball suckers. Hey. God, I'll wait.
You could talk while the drop is doing because y'all got the right mic.
Just real quick, maybe we could discuss it, do an AllBall reaction day one day this weekend. They said your man JJ Redick grew some cojones. And they said he spoke to Luke and LeBron about playing more defense.
Fabian doesn't like that.
Something I don't like it. Thanks for the tease for tomorrow, AllBall. And post Josh Bosch. Thank you for the tease for tomorrow's episode.
And make y'all laugh. You want to laugh? When Gilbert Arenas was saying that, he looked sad.
Right. I'm gonna get to that. We'll definitely get to that. And y'all know what this was.
KNICKS Rehab, y'all.
Tune in tomorrow. We shall be back. Love y'all. Showing all the love in the world. Y'all boosting this channel up. This thing is going on fire. What's my guy, Dr. Tobaga said, yo, we need to get this channel up here, man. What's wrong with y'all?
Yes,
a lot of passion in them comments. A lot of passion. What else? You know how this thing is. Love y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful night. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.